Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the Ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. And so today I wanted to do a reading on the Venus conjunct Pluto energy that we're going to be experiencing, that's going to be peaking during the full moon. And I don't know why, I'm feeling this as a significant energy, and I know that there's been a lot of stuff that's been coming through in the reading surrounding relationships and stuff like that, and so I thought it would be fun to pull a couple spreads on this energy and just see what we can get, what storylines, what the cards want to tell us about these energies, navigating these energies. Clear. Venus conjunct Pluto is a very intense energy. It's intensely passionate, intensely intimate, right? We have Venus, the planet of love and relationships, also of wealth and pleasure and beauty, and all of these things, right? Conjunct the planet of power, the planet of sexuality, the planet of deep intimacy and the shadow. And so when these two planets meet in the sky, it's very intense. I can see it as an energy that either really pulls people together or really does the opposite, right? Because we do have this opportunity to be real and raw and honest and truly discover what intimacy is with another, as well as what that is with ourselves. But at the same time, this is pulling up our shadow material. It's pulling up anywhere, especially with the Plutonic energy. You know, we're talking about obsessions, we're talking about compulsions, we're talking about all of this paranoia, all of these darker aspects of love as well, and these darker aspects within the self. And so really looking at these energies and navigating these energies, and I think it's really fascinating that this is happening and the exact conjunction of these planets is happening during the full moon. So that's magnifying the energy even more. And so I feel like there's something here for us to learn, and we're gonna pull a few cards, see what comes out for this energy. And so we have right off the bat the Five of Wands coming out with the Page of Cups. And so this is interesting energy coming out together because it's the energy of competition. It's the competition and also romance, right? The Page of Cups is very young. He's very idealistic. He's very romantic. And it's sort of like, I'm getting this energy of like, there's somebody that a lot of people are in competition of. And there's somebody else who's daydreaming about this person. And you see with the little pig here, like when the pigs fly, it's someone who doesn't feel, it's almost like, and this could also be just us feeling as though we're in competition with other people in some areas of our lives. And it's like, we almost think that maybe what we have to offer isn't quite good enough or isn't quite enough. And that's where that pigs fly energy comes in. It's like whatever it is that we are striving for, we feel as we're not really sure as though it's something that's attainable for us, but it is something that we desire. So we're seeing here already coming out our desires, what it is that we truly want, getting really clear about that, and sort of maybe feeling a bit intimidated by the path ahead and what it's going to take to get there. And so that would bring in this Two of Swords energy, this energy of sort of mental conflict, of the opposing sides of ourselves kind of battling with each other. Yeah, it's like there's competition on the outside world, but there's also competition or like these two competing voices within ourselves. And so really coming into an understanding of those voices within and sort of the dialogue that goes on between them, that being very much highlighted. But it's like there's a breakthrough here with the Ace of Wands. It's like we see and understand something that maybe we hadn't seen or understood before. Yeah, let's get some more here. Okay. We have the Six of Pentacles coming out. We have the Four of Swords coming out. And we have the Nine of Swords coming out. Or the Nine of Wands, rather. So yeah, being in this conflicted mental place because maybe we don't feel good enough or we don't feel as though what it is that we are striving for is attainable. But there's this wisdom, there's this inspiration, there's something that comes through that makes us realize that maybe we have more to give than we think. It's almost like we don't feel that we're up to the task. We don't feel that we're able. But then we have this breakthrough, this understanding, some sort of fire is lit within us that helps us to realize that we have something to offer that is comparable. But then there's this resting, this energy of sort of pulling back, of resting, of recuperating, of being guarded. It's almost like somebody is really guarded with their hearts. I think some of us are also through this process going to realize and understand where it is that we're in this protective mode when it comes to our hearts. Tell us more about this. Three of Wands and the Fool with the Star on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so I almost feel as though there's a realizing or an understanding of the places that we've been guarded, the ways that we have protected our hearts, and it's almost like a coming out, a healing of that energy where we're ready to step forward on a new path again. There's a lot of Wands energy coming through here, so a lot of passion being ignited here, and it's like giving us the courage to take that leap, to take that jump towards what it is that we desire, and to really embark on that healing journey. Let's get a couple Moonology cards on this. Clear. So I feel as though there's like a secret admirer energy here. There's an energy of, there's like worthiness stuff that we're working through. There's guardedness, there's that aspect, that protectiveness, and sort of easing up and releasing on some of that protection of our hearts. It's like we're realizing that we don't necessarily need to protect them anymore. And then we have confidence is your key to success coming through. So we're realizing the importance of being confident. You are good enough, right? So worthiness. We're realizing we're stepping more into our confidence. It's sort of like we're stepping out of this energy right here into this energy, which once we're in this energy, this passionate, empowered, inspired energy, we're able to do this. We're able to let go. We're able to surrender. We're able to take that leap. And so it's being confident and knowing that we're worthy. That's the guidance coming through for us. That's what we're being shown. That's what we're beginning to see within ourselves, is our ability. Like, we are actually capable of way more than we thought we were. We're actually worthy of way more than we thought we were. And these things are actually attainable. The things that we desire are actually attainable, and they are actually within our grasp. And then we have a new romantic cycle begins, and communication is key. And so we're really learning how to communicate. We're really understanding the importance of communication in our relationships, of honest communication, and also of balanced communication, right? So Libra, this is the new moon in Libra card. The romantic cycle begins. And so this is like that energy of, and we have 3 new moons and a full moon here. So there's releasing, and that's around the you are good enough. So this is releasing those fears of being unworthy, releasing all of that energy of not being good enough, not measuring up. And like stepping through the fears of that into this confidence energy. But then we have this, it's like fair and balanced communication. Communication, especially because we have the new moon in Gemini with the twins, right? So it's like communication where we see both sides, where we really truly understand where our partner or where the other person is coming from. And we're able to connect to them and reach them because we take the time to actually listen to what they're saying, and to also hear what's underneath the words. Like we really feel into what it is that the people that we're communicating, what it is that our partners are saying to us. And we really seek to understand them on a deeper level. It's that energy of seeking to understand rather than seeking to be understood. And when we can do that, we can communicate really effectively, and we can understand, like, it's so important. We're realizing the importance of understanding where the other person is coming from, and also the importance of compromise, where compromise needs to happen, right? Libra is all about compromise. It's all about balance. It's all about fairness and equality. So really seeing that and understanding the need for that, and seeking out people and relationships that are like people that know how to communicate with us, people that it's not that we need another person to feel worthy. And for some people that may be a realization coming through, and sort of that in the past that was something that we look towards from others, and we need to learn how to get that in ourselves first. And that's what allows us to have this confidence to move forward towards what it is that we truly want, what is truly a match for us. It's that energy of realizing what's truly a match for us, realizing what it is that we truly want, realizing the importance of communication, of compromise and fairness, of worthiness, of people who reflect that worthiness back to us, not because we need it, just because they see it, right? It's not, we can know that we're worthy and still expect that other people are going to mirror that back to us in their actions, right? That's part of knowing we're worthy, is knowing that we deserve that. And if someone's not showing us that, then we move on, right? That's a test of our worthiness, of how we truly know. Do we truly believe that we are worthy? What is it that we're attracting, and what is it that we're accepting? Because sometimes we attract things just so that spirit can see if we're going to accept it or not. And that shows how much work we still have left to do. And if we still have work to do, we do it with that person in that situation. And then we get another opportunity, and we see where we go from there. And so really understanding these things coming into greater focus for us as we move through this Venus conjunct Pluto energy. So it's like a transformation, right? Pluto is a transformer. So really being transformed when it comes to the ways that we interact in relationship and partnership, the ways that we value ourselves, right? Venus is all about value. And then we have work through your fears, more new moon. So lots of fresh new energy coming in with this conjunction. And work through your fears landed right on top of confidence is your key to success, and you are good enough. So where it's right, like at the beginning where we saw that energy of like, am I worthy? Am I enough? Do I have what it takes when there's all these other people who are after the thing that I want, right? Like, do I measure up? And it's like, yes, you do. You absolutely do. And so it's there, those fears that we're working through, releasing those. We really want to look at those. And that's the new moon in Scorpio energy. So that is the sign that's ruled by Pluto. So really looking deeply into that stuff. Some of our fears may be revealed and may be brought to the surface so that we are able to work through those. And we get to see how many of those fears, especially if we communicate, right? We get to see how many of those fears are actually all in our heads, because this is energy that can be very much that obsession, that those ways of thinking, that paranoia, all of that stuff can be very much in our heads. And when we get it out, when we speak it, we release it, we release ourselves from it, right? And we want to do this in a healthy way when we're communicating this, of course. But it's really noticing that and understanding that. And it's sort of like how our fears, for some, it's sort of like possibly the fears become magnified. And then it's that magnification that balances them out, right? This is the fears becoming magnified. This is what that leads to. It's like they get so big that we have to look at them, and then they get so big that we're like, you're not even real. It's like somehow we see them for what they are when they get blown up and exacerbated like that, and we're just like, no, that's not. And that brings us back into balance, right? Yeah. And then it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio on the bottom of the deck. So yeah, a lot of releasing of that, of moving through that into a place of deeper worthiness. And then we have, you're very close to achieving your goal, and you and your loved ones are safe. Yeah. So it's like if somebody has been working on a relationship, especially one that involves family, just know that like whatever it is, the work that you've been putting in is paying off. And I think that this conjunction is really going to help to move things through into a more fertile ground. And once again, we have another new moon card. So much new, fresh energy coming in. Yeah, just know that whatever the outcome is, it is going to be, it's going to be fortuitous for whatever the family situation is that some people may be dealing with right now. Yeah. But it's also, I'm feeling this energy with the Cancer energy of us really learning. It's like that process that we've been in of learning how to nurture and mother ourselves, and how to love ourselves, how to give that love that we were seeking from another to ourselves. And so it's like we may have some situations that are sort of like final tests during that process, but we're really showing up for that, and we're very close to achieving that. And for some people, this is just about creating a home, wanting to create a home, wanting to create that closeness, that stability, that security. And so if you're in a relationship right now where you're really seeking that stability and security, you're very close to achieving that. And this conjunction may actually be the energy that helps to push that forward. Any final closing guidance from the Moonology? Take time to breathe out. Take time to breathe out. Sometimes this energy, like we said, can be very intense. And so take that time when you need it. Just focus on the breath. I was doing this healing seminar, and they were talking about the power of the breath, and how that, which is something that we all know, right? But we forget it. How those long, deep, slow breaths really slow down. They are healing in every single way. They help to slow down the mind. They help to slow down the heart, the nervous system, the adrenals. Like really give yourself that healing breath right now. Breathe through. I'm also feeling like whatever's coming up, just breathe through it. Just breathe through it. If we're working on processing emotion that's coming up, processing that emotion while taking long, slow, deep breaths will help us to release that and to move through that so that those energies can be released without getting stuck in them. So that's really interesting. That's a really great tool anytime we are working with releasing emotion, that I'm definitely going to utilize myself. So I like that. Disseminating moon, right? So this is like that breathing breaks up that energy. The breathing breaks up that energy. And if you are attempting to communicate and you feel as though your communication is not going through, it's not being received, just take that time to breathe as well during that. Yeah. And then we also have it's time to take action on the bottom of the deck. And so it's like that balance of when to breathe, when to pull back, and when to take action. But knowing that there are things as our confidence, as we move through this energy and we get that boost in confidence, we release these fears of unworthiness. We move into this brighter, more healthy energy. It's then time for us to take action. The realizations, the understandings that we've had, the path that we are ready to travel, what it is that we want, what it is that we're desiring to go after. It's like, it's time. It's time. All right, and let's see. I'm going to pull an Isis an Isis card to close here. Clear. Closing guidance from Isis for the Venus-Pluto retrograde. And we have Portal of Light coming out. She glides on wings through time and space. I have never seen this card before. I am really excited to see what this is going to say. Hold that up for you guys. It says, it is only this physical reality that is bound by time and space. You are a being conscious on levels beyond the physical world. You are guided to work with your healing powers beyond the confines of time and space, and to allow your sense of self to expand. It is safe for you to do this now. You will not become ungrounded through such spiritual growth. You are not leaving your earthly awareness. You are instead adding to it. And so we can see this also as an activation, right? A transformation. When we look at Venus, when we look at her as our self-worth, And we can look at Pluto as this evolutionary force of the soul. We can see this soul evolution energy coming through as well if we look at this on a deeper, more esoteric level. And so I love that these cards are coming through for this. We have the soul retrieval as well on the bottom of the deck. And so that's an initiation under that. And so that's powerful energy as far as our spiritual, the higher spiritual energies that this conjunction is bringing in for us. This says, you are growing in power and awareness. You have had breakthrough insights where you realize that you are not who you thought you were. You are, in fact, a much vaster being. At other times, it was gentle and made much sense to you. Sometimes this was shocking and uncomfortable and difficult to accept. At other times, it was gentle and made much sense to you. You are learning to integrate this awareness into your vast self, into your life. The practical consequences of doing so are extraordinary. To live with less and less fear and insecurity, to become more detached and more passionate, more loving and less demanding, to need less and receive more, to feel more joy and exert less force to attain it. Such wonderful gifts await you. You also become capable of exerting healing influence beyond time and space, which means being able to help free yourself and others if you choose to share your healing gifts. You can learn to create freedom from trauma, attachment, history, and any other situation that may drain life force and distract from divine love, no matter whether occurring in this or any other lifetime. Right? Any other lifetime. Soul retrieval. Isis guides you to powers and abilities to heal that are beyond time and space. It starts with the realization that what has happened in the past has power over you only to the extent that you allow it. And remember, Pluto is the planet of power. The portal of light is being opened to you now to travel through time and space, to release the past, to open up to a bright future, and to call for more power in the present moment. Once you have done this for yourself, if you are guided into the healing path, then you can share this with others. Be guided by the loving blessing of Isis to assist you in this sacred interdimensional travel now, for healing and understanding, more growth and peace. Yeah. The Oracle of the Portal of Light also brings special guidance that a phase of time or experience is over, and a new cycle at a higher vibrational turn of the spiral is beginning. So prepare to ascend. Expect things to become lighter, freer, and faster moving in your life, perhaps even whilst you appear to be more surrendered and more peaceful within yourself. Ooh, I like that, you guys. That is powerful, powerful energy coming through here. Yeah, so really tapping into these untapped aspects of our power as we claim that divine love for ourselves, right? As we claim our self-worth, as we really step into this space, it's like we're being given this opportunity to move beyond time and space into these other dimensions of our souls and bring back some of those pieces, bring back some of that power. And then we become more whole and complete within ourselves. We become more confident. We become all of the things that we're talking about here, and we become magnets for more of that energy in our own lives. So that's really beautiful. Yeah, I'm really glad that we did this reading. That's super, super fun. And of course, this is happening on the day of the full moon as well, the exact conjunction of Venus and Pluto. So you can check out the full moon video and get more energies that we're working with. But this is like an energy within that energy, and an energy, honestly, in and of itself that is going on right now, that is extremely potent as we are transformed on this level of our own value, of our own worth, of knowing and seeing the truth of our own souls. And then that is, of course, translating into our relationships and our ability to move into a new cycle in our relationships. As we move into a new cycle with ourselves, we, of course, then move into a new cycle in our relationships with others. I hope you guys like this reading. Let me know if you thought this was fun. I may do some more of these on some of these conjunctions that I find to be that feel like they have more weight and intensity to them. If you like this video, there are links down below to donate if you feel so moved to donate to my channel. My email is also down below with a description of the services that I provide if you are interested in any of those. I love you. I appreciate you. I will talk to you soon.